Warning, the following video is so manly that it can make a woman grow a beard. So if you are a little Justin Bieber, proceed with caution.
What is up, people? In today's video I'm bringing you a few heavy shield tips and tricks. Now, tip number 1. Surprise the enemy. You don't always have to bash the enemy. Sometimes when they see you they think that you're just a dumb riot shield or heavy shield or whatever. And sometimes you need to surprise them because you know, there are a few times where you're playing against good guys and you're not gonna bash them. So instead, jump and switch weapons and fuck them up with your shotgun or whatever you have. Another thing that I like doing with the shield is to plant it on the ground and use it to head glitch. Now I do this when I'm capturing flags or you know, when I need to. I don't really use it to camp. I don't stay in one spot doing this like a lot of people do. You can also dash and bash. It's a cool movement because you know, you're gonna confuse the enemy. It's gonna happen too fast, and sometimes they will be like, yo, what the fuck just happened? I just got run over by a truck or something. So if you see an enemy, dash forward, which is gonna make you move super fast, and then bash the enemy. It's pretty cool, this movement, but I'm gonna tell you right now that it's not easy to do this. You can also stomp and bash. So if you see an enemy, jump, stomp, try to kill him with the stomp, and if it doesn't work, but if you get a hit marker, then you will just have to bash the enemy one time, which is pretty cool. You can also use the shield against the Goliath. Man, the Goliaths, man, they're probably mad at the shield because I've just been destroying fucking Goliaths with the shield. I mean, it's crazy. And the reason why that happens is because people want to use the Goliath just with the shitty ass turret, which overheats this and that, and the shield, right, you know, it can block bullets, it can block the bullets from the turret, and on top of that, the shield will bash all the melee attacks of the Goliath. The Goliath can melee as many times as he wants, but it's never gonna kill you. So the shield against the Goliath is great. You can also fix the cracks from the heavy shield, which is pretty cool because, I mean, it's fucked up to play with the shield all cracked. I mean, you can't see anything. So it's very simple. Your shield is cracked, find the weapon on the ground, replace your shield with that weapon from the ground, and then pick up your shield again, and bam, it will be fixed. A lot of people say that the shield some people say that the shield fixes itself. Well, let me tell you something, my shield has never fixed itself, and it's just I've waited a very long time, let's say that. So maybe it fixed itself on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, I don't know, but on the PlayStation 3 it does not. You can also use the Exo Shield with the heavy shield. It's a great combination, people. I like using both of them at the same time, especially because, you know, I like having the heavy shield on my back for, you know, for protection, but I also love the Exo Shield because it's much easier to use the Exo Shield. The button that you use, that you have to press to use the Exo Shield, it's easier for me to use that button than the button that you have to switch from the heavy shield to your weapon, which is the triangle button on the PlayStation 3. The thing that I like the most about this is that when you use the Exo Shield together with the shield, you will form a wall of shields in front of you. You will have a heavy shield on the left, and you will have the heavy shield on the Exo Shield on the left, and the heavy shield on the right. So it will become a little wall. Now, you're probably watching these kill cams and you're like, well, it looks pretty cool, but it doesn't work very well because you're just showing us kill cams. Well, I'm showing you kill cams so that you can see how this shit looks like, because there's no fucking theater mode. You can also use the shield plant as a distraction. Sometimes I like to plant the shield to distract the enemy, and then I will come out of my from behind the shield with my Exo Shield on, and then I will either, you know, use my secondary weapon. I'll either go back to the behind the planted shield and head glitch with my weapon, or I'll either punch the enemy or use the spike drone. And finally, no, you can also use the shield to block a certain path, which is pretty annoying if you ask me. You can you know, make sure you choose a little small doorway, stay in the middle of the doorway and let the enemy try to pass through you. It's gonna be tough. I mean, it was much better in the Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, in Ghosts they just couldn't pass by you. I got like 5-6 kills in a row, like super fast paced kills in a row in Ghosts. Make sure you use the spike drone to kill the enemy, otherwise you're not gonna do very well. And finally, you can also use 3 shields at the same time. Now this is pretty cool because you will become a little you will have like a shell or something. You'll become a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Now the thing is, you can only do this glitch in the beginning of the match, alright? So you will have 2 heavy shields and then the third shield will be the exo shield. So it's very simple. Make sure you have 2 classes with a heavy shield, one without any attachments and one with an attachment, 1 shield without attachments and 1 shield with an attachment. Now you can only do this in the beginning of the match, because in the beginning of the match they always give you a chance to switch your weapons. Let's say you switch, you were using weapon alpha, right? You picked weapon alpha in the beginning of the match, but you're like, oh, I don't want this one, I want the other one, but I want to die. So you can change your weapon to whatever you wanted. Do this with the shield, right? Choose your shield. The match starts, plant the shield on the ground, then switch to the other shield, pick up your shield that was planted, make sure you switch to your secondary, otherwise you will just replace shields, and bam, there you go. You will have 2 shields, one on your back and one in front of you. And if you want to add another shield, all you have to do is to use the exo shield, and bam, you will have 3 shields and you will look like a fucking turtle. So these are my tips and tricks for the heavy shield, gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed them. I will see you next time. Peace.